Yes, I do, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Chairman, for making the housing finance reform the committee's top priority. You've been a great partner to work with over the last year, and I thank you and your staff as well. Senators Corker, Warner, and all of the co-sponsors of their bill deserve a great amount of credit also for helping to develop a proposal that has helped us to get to this point, and I thank them and their staffs for their hard work. And frankly, there are many other senators on this panel. I want to single out Senator Reid as just one, who have put a lot of work into this issue, and although they may not have introduced legislation, they literally, I'd say every member of this committee has been integrally involved in helping us to work toward a bipartisan solution to this issue. And I want to thank them. Housing finance reform remains the most significant piece of unfinished business from the 2008 financial crisis. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac greatly contributed to the housing bubble, to the financial crisis, and the dramatic government intervention that resulted. The current system is unsustainable. It leaves taxpayers exposed to potentially trillions of dollars in liabilities and has left the mortgage market in a state of limbo, forcing private capital out of the market. S 1217 will end the government domination of the U.S. housing market and reestablish the private sector as the engine of housing finance reform. It moves decisions regarding mortgage credit to the private sector rather than to the government and having the government dictate how and where credit flows. It establishes strong underwriting standards to assure solid mortgages. It provides strong protections for taxpayers who are currently on the hook to bail out Fannie and Freddie in the event of another housing downturn. It ensures that community banks and credit unions, experts at meeting the financial needs of our communities, have clear and competitive access in the new system. It ends the status quo where Fannie and Freddie backed toxic mortgages and held basically no capital to a system that protects taxpayers with a strongly capitalized private sector housing market. We have the opportunity to fix our flawed system and to set up a more efficient, sustainable, permanent housing finance system that will provide future economic opportunities for millions of families and individuals. I look forward to moving this legislation one step closer to that goal. Because this legislation has the support of a bipartisan majority on this committee, we know that we will soon complete the committee's process on this bill. I'm confident that if we held the vote this morning, we would have more than the minimum number of votes needed to pass it on to the floor. Nevertheless, while I do not relish the idea of a short delay, I am pleased that a number of senators believe that with just a shorter period of additional time to consider it, that they will have an opportunity to productively join us in the efforts to reform our current system. I look forward to working with my colleagues in the coming days, to listening to their questions and concerns, and helping us to find a bipartisan consensus with even stronger votes. Mr. Chairman, I look forward to completing this markup with you in the near future, and thank you and all my colleagues again for your continued efforts.